Hey guys, and welcome back to another F1 2018 video. We're going to be continuing our career mode. Like in the previous video, I did say that we were going to be doing this Red Bull pursuit around Germany. So yeah, let's do that. So what I've been told is that you can change the difficulty whilst you're on a loading screen for the next weekend. So we'll be doing that today, and hopefully it works or allows us to actually change the difficulty. So I've been looking everywhere to change difficulty, but I haven't found it yet, so we should be able to do it after we complete this pursuit.
We take a break from the roller coaster ride of the Formula One season for a historic invitational today. It's a chance for us to watch some of the classic cars from days gone by, as well as a chance for drivers to try something new and enhance their reputation.
Okay then, pass will finish in first place. Your opponents are in slower cars, but they each have a head start. Overtake them before completing the allocated laps. Okay, we're driving a 2010 Red Bull. And we have 3 laps to beat them in. Now they will have a head start. It's kind of similar to one of the missions we had to do in 2017, which was a pursuit, so this is pretty cool. We have, I believe, 3 cars ahead of us, which we need to overtake in 3 laps, so I think this should be fairly easy. Because of that, this is the same AI difficulty as our actual career mode, so we should be able to complete this with ease. Got an achievement there. Okay, we've got one more opponent left, and we have just like a lap and a half left to complete it by, so we should be good. Oh, no, that's not good. I'm good thing I didn't spun, because otherwise we probably wouldn't be able to complete it. We can actually cut that corner quite easily without getting penalized, so that's nice to see. Fairly easy pass. This car's actually somewhat fast. Alright, it's time to overtake it. There we have it, first place. Not bad. Let's advance. Tab. So apparently on this screen we are allowed to change the airlift driver level, which we can. So let's change it to 60, which is hard. Gameplay settings. Can we put formation lap on? Yes, we can. There we go. So we up difficulty by 10 to hard, and we've enabled a formation lap, so...
Congratulations on your success in the invitational event. There may not be points or prizes, but it still helps you look good.
Okay, I thought we would get at least some resource points for that, but I guess not, so... Let's skip to qualifying, which is the Baku Grand Prix, which is an interesting track. I don't really like this track because of the... Some of the corners are quite close to the actual track, so I don't really like street circuits, so that's probably it. I'll give it a go. See how well we can do in qualifying. Obviously we've upped the difficulty, so it will be interesting to see that, to see if they can actually get on pole still.
Welcome to qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway. So, could be a tasty one today then, Ants. We've got all the ingredients, that's for sure. Treacherous conditions, an ever-changing racetrack, and one or two cars just behind the pace setters who maybe, just maybe, fancy a bit of an upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
And the question has to be, of course, what is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now? If you think the rain's going to get worse, then you have to be straight out when the lights go green to find whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres, and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions? Traffic, and the lack of visibility that comes from sitting in the spray. It's going to be a constant problem, and I expect to see a lot of frustrated drivers with ruined laps out there today.
Okay, it's a clear track it seems. Oh, that's not it. That's just, what is the temperature? It's raining apparently, so... I guess it's gonna be a wet qualifying. We are on the intermediates. Oh god, this is gonna be awful. It's so dark on this track as well. Holy crap. You know what, I'm not gonna start it, just... I didn't really expect that first corner to be so quick. Okay, F1. Oh god. Oh. My wheel wasn't really working when I released, so... Oh shit. Yeah, I think something is wrong with my wheel, but we'll continue the qualifying anyway. We have lost a heap of time though, so we'll see what happens. Oh god. Yeah, this track in the rain is not my cup of tea. Oh wow, this is very slippery conditions. Holy crap. You know what, I think we're just gonna qualify last, I think. I just don't have any pace or grip on this car. I haven't really practiced in the rain in this game yet, so... Oh, that's good. Hopefully it's a dry race, otherwise I might just simulate it because... Holy crap. Holy damn. You know what, let's just retype on the session, I think... how do you retype? No, you can't retire it, apparently. But I guess we have to complete it. Yeah, the rain in this track is not for me. Come on. Yeah, P20. Probably expected that because I'm really bad in the rain. And around this track, which I'm not particularly good at.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Hamilton, Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
Let's continue to the race.
Bad luck out there today. What do you think went wrong?
No grip.
The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
Yeah, even the weatherman gets it wrong.
First in the championship. How does that feel?
Feels like coming home, I guess.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, looks like a dry race, which is good. I don't think we will be leading the championship after this race, that's for sure. Because I'm not particularly good at this track at all. I really hate this track actually, to be fair. Yeah, hardly any resource points there.
Come on, I know you can do better than that. You've left yourself with a lot of work to do in the race. We still need to get a good result out of this.
Yeah, I can definitely think we can get in the points. If I can keep it clean, but then again, street circuits I did tend to hit the barrier quite a lot, I'll be honest.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's talk about Baxter. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, and Sainz, Perez, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, and Roman Grosjean. Ocon, Vettel, Charles Leclerc, and Van Dorn. Stroll, Hartley, Pierre Gasly, and Sergei Sirotkin, Ericsson, and Baxter. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, Jeff here. Can you hear me? We're not starting where we hoped, so you need to be aggressive today and push your way through the field.
Okay, we're doing a formation lap, as I did enable it for this race and for future races in this career mode. So I did think it was basically what do you call it, enabled by default, but I guess it wasn't. So
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
now the game basically takes over and starts you at your correct position. And the race is about to begin. Ericsson and Sirotkin ahead of us. I will do a dive in the beginning because we need to make up as many places as possible and not screw ourselves like that. So I think our teammate started around 12th spot in the grid, so he didn't have a good qualifying either, it seems. Oh. Come on, Van Dorn, get out of the way. Pretty good corner. Hulkenberg ahead of us now. Oh, that wasn't ideal, was it? Oh, 3 wide.
You were derating. Lower the ERS deployment mode before you hit your deployment limit.
Late break in there.
Okay, watch the aggression, please. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty.
Well, to be fair, he did hit me, not me hitting him, so... He got a purple sector though, that's not bad. Fastest sector in that, sector 1. And if I can keep it clean, we can make up some spots, but... I'm probably going to crash it at some point, in my opinion. Annoying me around this track. For some reason that's another purple sector, which I'm very surprised about because we're not really catching the cars ahead of us. We're actually losing pace.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Change strategy? No thanks. I'll keep with the same one. Oh, that was a bit bumpy there. Oh, yeah, these bumps are very... What's the word I'm looking for? Bumpy, I guess. You do not want to ride these bumps on this racetrack. Hulkenberg is gonna pass me, which is very surprising because I'm in a Ferrari and he's in a Renault.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
And the Ferrari engine compared to the Renault is like just so much more power. Massive group ahead of us. I think our teammates actually what do you call it, holding everyone up, which is interesting. Actually, I think it's a car behind. I think that might be a Williams. Can't be a Mercedes. I'm sure the Mercedes are up the order in the podium places. So we're currently 10th spot, which is not too bad actually. We're in the points, which is what my aim is. Yellow flag. I'm not too sure why. I think a slow car. What car was that? I don't. Ah.
Looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
That's good. Good for us. For more points for us.
Box.
So we need a box. I'm not too sure when you have to turn. That's the thing. Oh. This is a very interesting pit entry. But anyways, I know we crossed the white line, but hopefully it doesn't give us a penalty. Come on, let's go.
Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So we're in 14th spot, but I think a few more drivers have to pit, so we do need to push on this lap. We did lose some time in the pit lane, unfortunately, so that is a bit unfortunate. Break it too early there. Oh, I really hit that corner. Honestly, I'm just going to clip the front part of it and spin around. And lose a bunch of time. Broke a bit too late there. Oh.
Sebastian's in for his stop.
Bastion's in the pit lane. Don't think we're going to be overtaking him though.
Magnussen is stopping now.
Yeah, Magnussen's ahead of me actually. Good thing I had DRS. That was terrible.
7 seconds.
Actually, Bottas is like at the back of the grid. He's like just ahead of he's ahead of us now in Ocon, so that's interesting. And Bottas is not having a very good race.
10 now. Keep it up.
Okay, we're in 8th spot. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, catching Perry is actually quite fast. It's nice to see. And so certain purple sectors. With the DS we should be able to pass him, hopefully. Overspeed is crazy.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap of the race, that's not bad. Oh, kind of pushed him there, but anyways. Okay. But that was my bad, I think. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, oh my god. Oh, I knew I would screw up. That was my fault for cutting off on the straight. Oh, come on. Really? Why would he spin game? Now we're in last place, wow. Well, that went from bad to worse really quickly.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel target, +1.
It's like a massive group of cars ahead of us, literally. Now they should be holding each other back, so we could just catch them quite fast. As long as we don't make any more mistakes like we did. I knew it was too good to be true to be in the points and that high up.
Gap to teammate ahead is 37.2 seconds.
You're 37 seconds behind, that's holy ground. That's a lot of seconds.
Yellow flag.
Sorokin's out the race. He moved up a spot, which is something.
seconds. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, that wasn't good. Ah, come on. No, no, don't spin. Yeah, I think I've had enough of this race, to be fair. But we will complete it. I think we do still have the fastest lap of the race, so let's see if we can beat it. Kind of shows us that we actually had some decent pace, but making a perfect race on this racetrack is pretty hard, especially for me. There's so many awkward corners. And literally there's no lights around the corners either, so it's just so dark. Like, how are you meant to drive in the dark anyway? Lots of shadows as well. Like it goes from dark to bright, which is very annoying.
Our gap to the car in front is 15.4 seconds.
That was a fast sector, but we just screwed up the second sector really.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
I think our teammate's actually in first place. Pretty good of him. We are driving a Ferrari, so. And Sebastian Vettel says fast lap, so. Let's see if we can actually beat his lap in the next 2 laps. It should bring us some decent points for the team, but unfortunately I'm not going to. So we're going to our penultimate lap. Much better. wide. We are on target to get the fast lap though, so that's good. Slight bump on the wall, but that shouldn't really affect us too much. Going into the last lap of the race.
This is your final lap of the race.
We actually didn't end up getting the fast lap, which is very disappointing. I think that bump on the wall might have screwed us over, but anyways. Maybe Vettel's last section was really good.
Fuel remaining.
Fastest sector one. Oh, that's a corner car. That's a corner car and a
You've been
half.
pushing your luck on the track limits too much. We've been given a 3-second penalty.
That was so much of a corner car there. I think Vettel won, I believe. We'll soon find out. And if Vettel did win, then obviously Ferrari in first and the Ferrari in last. Too bad it's not us in first.
Well, that's a disappointing result for sure, but we'll try to bounce back at the next one.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win.
Looks like Lewis Hamilton
And I
won.
have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well
Wow, Roman Grosjean in fourth, that's not bad.
without a talented hand on the wheel, of
We had a
course.
pretty good race.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
Vettel got second.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Sebastian Vettel. He was a class above today, just an absolute pleasure to watch.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes moves to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So we are 3 points behind in the championship, which is not that bad considering he won and we obviously came last and got 0 points. And I think Mercedes took the lead in the constructors, so that's not good, but Ferrari should bounce back. We got quite a lot of scored 20 driver championship points. You get 400 resource points. That's not bad. Oh, what? Why did everyone lose repetition? Oh, no idea. Anyways. Start contract negotiation. No, we'll keep it. We'll do that in the next video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, guys. If you did, give it a like, share it with friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.